Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are going to be drawing Invincible. You know, that little guy that flies? Whatever. Yeah, we're going to be trying to draw him. Somebody asked me to draw him, so we're going to be doing our best to do that. Now, I did choose a not full body shot of him because he is a superhero, and he wears a skin-tight supersuit. There's no way I can do the muscles correctly on the legs. There's no way, so I found out a way to just completely disregard the legs. Alright. Now, since it is all muscle, I don't have any references for the muscles, and the pose reference I'm using, that head is way off. Why is his head all the way over there? Whatever, I'll erase it. But the pose reference I am using, he has a very baggy clothes on. So we're just gonna be kind of guessing with the muscles, but I mean, if it looks bad, we'll look up some muscles. But I'm gonna try to be overconfident first, because overconfidence is key. You gotta be overconfident. Alright. This looks wrong because I genuinely don't know. Like, I'm looking at the reference and I'm like looking at his shoulders, but like, I have no idea how to position this. It should be fine. I'm really only worried about the hands looking incredibly wrong, because the hands, he's got his fists up about here and here-ish. Actually it's about here. But I'm a little worried about that because I tried drawing them earlier to like practice the I just threw up in my mouth. Practice the hands because, well, I haven't been drawing hands for a bit. And I just say they didn't turn out very good at all. Like, at all. Probably could have, practiced more, but then I proceeded to draw other hands. So we'll just say that it transfers over. Okay. Time to stop procrastinating and actually getting into this. And there will be no... Oh, wait, I forgot to. There's still the whole planning where the fucking arms go thing. There will be no, this is good enough today. We gotta make sure everything's all awesome and as good as I can make it, since this is for someone else. So I gotta make it as good as possible. And I probably will do a decent amount of trying to make it look nicer not on the recording. Well, while doing a time lapse. I don't know, it really depends. Because now that I'm looking at this isn't a ton. But the thing is, I also just don't know how long this is going to take. I'm also realizing I'm drawing this very small. I didn't mean to do that, but I don't feel like restarting. Because I think... I still can draw it this small. It's not really that big a deal. How muscular is he? Okay, no, we're just getting the pose down right now. We don't really need to worry super much about muscles. Just get the pose down, and then we can worry about the muscles and his costume and things like that. I guess we could kind of put his costume in right now. I guess I'm also worried about his hair. I tried drawing his hair last night, and it just didn't make sense to me. I don't know what it was, but just how his hair looks, I couldn't draw it right. I don't know. I was trying to directly copy other people's drawings of Invincible last night, though, because I was trying to practice. I've never actually seen the show, so I was looking for pictures of the character. But Yeah, and from what I can see from the show, he's not very detailed in the show. I mean, I know why. It's animation. It's a completely different thing. So obviously it's gonna not be as much detailed as the comic, but yeah. Right, we're just gonna kind of put boxes now for the hands. And we will try and make these hands much better later. Yep, sure, that's good enough. Because I just don't want to do that right now. Alright, now how do I work on this? How do I get this muscle to look correct? No, his arms shouldn't be too hard to get the muscles relatively correct, considering this guy's wearing short sleeves, so I can actually see his arm muscles, but well, I guess I don't know how buff Invincible actually is, so I've got no clue if he's way more muscular than this or way less. Alright, I'd assume he's a superhero, he's probably really muscular. So we'll try to do that. That's decent, we'll keep it for now. I think it's just the costume and the muscles now, really. You know, I should have just grabbed a freaking reference for the muscles right away. I just didn't want to. We'll just throw some shitty ones in for now. And then we'll make them, like, better later. But we just need something in here for now. Okay, what's his oh, I didn't realize he had a, like, collar around his neck, basically. I mean, it's not exactly what this is, but I didn't realize he had that. Alright, then there's a strip of blue. And this goes down to close to his crotch, so this will be like the whole entire, basically the whole thing that we have. Alright. I am kind of wishing I would have drawn him from the front view, since the reference of his costume I have is from the front view, but whatever. Skill issue, honestly. Yeah, that's about what that is. And then he's got this from his right under his chest, which his chest is probably going to be like here and here. Right under his chest, he's got this, which I think this is, yeah, that's the blue part. And he does have gloves around his hands that are a different color, and he's got little cutouts on his fingers, but if I'm gonna include those, I'm not entirely sure. But now we're on to his face, which I'm not extremely excited about. Actually, I kind of am, because I kind of want to see what I can do with it. Okay, how was I doing this yesterday? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Yesterday's wasn't looking, it wasn't even yesterday, was it? I don't know. Whatever, that day's wasn't even really looking good, so we don't need to worry about that. He has that. He's looking straight, right? Yeah, I just drew this off center. Okay, hold on. I am drawing his face very different from how his face actually is in the show and in the comic, but that's just because, I don't know, it looks weird to me. His face does. Like, just his costume just looks goofy, and I don't like it. So we're gonna change it. Alright. Now we'll try to get in the hair. Now, hold on, let me... Oh wait, I didn't do his eyes, and that's why it looks weird. I was like, why does he look so funky? Yeah, sure, we'll pretend like that's really nice and wonderful. He's got... Okay, I'm realizing now I'm making him have a really long face. We're gonna fix that now before that becomes an issue. And we'll just go ahead and fix the chin too. I wasn't really in love with the chin, so we'll try to fix that. Should we use a sharper pencil? Yeah, let's use a smaller one. Okay. We'll try and make his chin a little bit more square. Because that is how it is. That is, he does have a square chin. So we want to still keep that. But we also want to draw it like how I would draw something. Alright. Not fucking level at all. But considering this is still a sketch, I think it's fine for now. I am realizing this guy is actually looking down. But then he's gonna be showing a lot more of his head, so I don't know if I want to do that. But we'll go ahead and keep doing it anyways. Alright, go ahead and just go like that. Try and add some face. There we go. Now we need a nose, which that I don't know how to draw noses. Alright, we're gonna do our best. He might have a wonky nose here. He might have a large nose here. It's whatever. That is quite large. But I think it's fine. I think it's fine. It doesn't look really bad, so. Alright. Now we add his little weird goggles. Alright. I will not be coloring this either. Just because I'm not good with colors and I'd like to make this really nice. Alright, that looks very not how I want it to look. Alright, let me put his mask in too. Which, like I said, not a huge fan of his mask. Alright. I just think it looks, his mask just looks weird, like on the top of his head. Makes him look like he has a really tall head. You know, I also could have drawn him as when he's not in his costume, but that's boring. He's a superhero. The person said invincible, therefore they meant in the costume. They meant the hero, not the dude. Alright. What are we doing? I don't really know. This actually kind of does also curve towards his face. We're not going to do that. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. It does, so we have to do it too. Alright, how do we draw these freaking eyes? I don't know. Alright. Go ahead and give him little balls right here. He looks weird. He looks like he's a villain. Like a villain that's supposed to look ugly or whatever. Alright. Now, go like that. Then go like this. We'll probably end up shading these eyes just to make sure all of the pencil sketches that were inside of it don't show up. Yep, sure, that's fine. That's actually not bad. We can definitely keep that. He still definitely needs hair, because he looks wrong. But it's fine. I really don't know how to draw noses. I typically draw noses like really, really simplified. Because I typically draw anime, not comics. So I just don't know how to draw noses. Alright. I've tried to practice drawing noses on a handful of occasions, but that's not actually bad. I just never typically stick with drawing noses because I get bored. Right, yeah, that's not actually bad. I think the head is turning out nicely. I think all of this is turning out decent. It's still small, though. I wish I would have drawn it a little bigger. I should have just drawn it bigger, but obviously at this time it's a little too late for that. He has no ears. We're going to keep it that way for now, and possibly forever. I lied. He's at least not going to get a lot of ears, because I think a lot of ears is out of my current skill range. Alright, yeah, sure, that's fine. How's his hair look, though? We'll start the hair point out from here and try to get it to go outwards. And, like, go up and out. Okay, let's try to use this. Try to do this like it is. Alright, we're gonna try and make it very, very hairy, like add lots of strands, basically, like little bits. I'm not sure if I'll keep with that, but I want to, at the moment, try that. To try to see if I like his hair better that way. Actually, hold on. This isn't exactly what I was trying to do, but this right here is actually not bad. So hold on. We'll continue trying at this. Go like that. And that's not bad. It's not exactly like his hair. In the show, his hair is kind of just like that shape. It's just kind of that. That's kind of what his hair just looks like. For the comic, his hair is a lot more detailed, but I don't know. We're gonna keep that. I think that's close enough and looks pretty good. His head is kind of weird though. Still, we will be needing to put some strands right there. Yeah, sure, that's fine. I'm still not a huge fan of this. I think I made his head a little too wide. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright. There we go. Now what? What now? I did think about adding like some strands of his hair that like go over his little thing, but I don't really think I'll do that. I think it's just erase it and look for the muscles now. Alright. Which I actually probably shouldn't even be using this one, this frickin' kneaded eraser. I realized kneaded erasers are supposed to be this color. This one's been used just a little bit. Yes, I'm just gonna set that new one right back up there and continue using the old one. I'll use the new one someday. Just not right now. Alright, there we go. We'll erase this. Maybe his head's too short. Maybe that's what it is. I don't really know. He looks wonky, but I can't really tell why. I'm sure I'll realize it, like, once I'm done or have stepped away from the drawing for a bit. I'll realize, like, oh, that's what was wrong with it, but I'm not sure if I'll do multiple sessions of this drawing, because I might just finish it in one, I don't know. How long is this video? 19 minutes. Okay, so we still got a little bit of time before I need to cut to time-lapse. Alright. Now what, though? I need to work on the hands. I don't want to. Yeah, I think it is hands, so I think we are just going to cut to time-lapse. Yeah. See what I've done? Alrighty, I finished it. It's definitely not perfect. But honestly, it's not bad for this is the first time I've ever actually drawn muscles. It's not bad. I didn't know what to do with the legs. Obviously, I said I wasn't going to do them, but I just didn't know exactly how to cover them or anything, so I didn't. But yeah, both the fists are the wrong size, but in different ways. So yeah, that happened. But overall, I think it's pretty good. So yeah, that's gonna be it. We're gonna end it here. Have a wonderful day. Subscribe. Join the Discord if you want to ask me to draw something like this. Yeah. Bye bye.